Yo, today is Thursday, December 25th, 2025. My name's Noah, and I'm here to keep myself accountable. Merry mother effing Christmas, everybody. Holy crap, Mother Christmas. Mother Christmas. Merry Christmas. Obviously in a good mood. Had a great day today. Trying to keep positive in contrast to what I said yesterday because I don't think it's been, you know, uh, good for me, generally speaking, to be as negative as I has been over the last couple of days. I know my situation is negative. I know I've been, doubting myself, whatever. But I thought it doesn't help anything, right? Like it doesn't help anything to sit here and linger on the stuff that's bothering you, whatever. So got up today, had some food, made myself a nice steak and lunch, a nice steak dinner-ish kind of thing. It was early dinner, I'd say, and breakfast, whatever. No work, obviously Christmas Day. So again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and put on my red sweater, and I streamed, and I had a lot of fun. And I think that in a weird way, something that I want to say that I used to be very not nonchalant, but I just didn't give a shit, generally speaking. And I think with the last 2-ish years, I've gave more and more of a shit every single day about, me taking care of myself, my life, like what I'm doing, like how I speak, how I convey myself, and just about people's emotions and my emotions and whatever. And my point with this is that I really didn't believe in things like um it's hard to put into words, but basically like the concept that I'm trying to convey is that people can tell through the screen if I am in a very good mood or in a very bad mood, and it's very obvious based off the way you act, and I didn't think it was relevant. Now, I show a lot of love and a lot of support, and I'm really appreciative, and I'm really thankful, and I'm really grateful, and I'm always sending these messages to people like in my Discord and whatever, like thank you, like Merry Christmas. Like I always try to be really reflective on even the little that I have, because it's more than most would have, I would assume, and I'm very grateful regardless. And I think that it directly reflects how people treat me. Like, if I was some guy that didn't give a shit about anyone, like, didn't respond to chat, streamed like I didn't give a fuck, like, nobody would be feeding into it, I believe. But my point is that people can tell directly when I'm in a good mood or not, or when you're in a good mood or not, and like nobody's poker face is really all that, especially like when you when like say somebody who watches me, like I think it's easier for somebody who watches me on Twitch to know how I'm feeling than for me to know how I'm feeling sometimes, which is something that I kind of want to get a hold on because I'd like to know myself better. But I feel like from a third person perspective, what I'm trying to say is that um, I think maybe I'm having a bad day and I get in my head about it, and I don't think anyone notices. But truthfully, it directly reflects in my performance online and in real life and in the way I talk to people, in any sort of like medium possible. And I didn't realize that at first, to be honest with you. Like I didn't realize that, coming in here with energy and being happy and whatever really affects um, conversation, I guess. Like it's like in human nature. Like you don't want to talk to somebody who sounds super depressed all the time. You want to talk to somebody who sounds like they're having fun, who sounds like they're upbeat. Like I don't know about you, but I go on my computer to escape things. I go watch my YouTubers that I like to feel better when I'm upset. I go to watch the streams to feel better when I'm upset or to boost the mood that I'm already in. Like there's no situation where you're outwardly looking for something that is negative to your being, to your well-being, unless you're like self-destructive, but those are like that's a separate issue obviously. My point is generally speaking is that whenever you go online, whatever content you consume, whatever you watch, whatever you anything, it's for your benefit, not for your detriment. And I think I gotta start reflecting on the way I act, man. Like I've noticed that just try to have some genuine conversations, keep up with people, like be myself, like be a little idiot, like today when I woke up right before I streamed after I had my lunch, like I felt really good. Like I was stimming out of my mind, like in real life. Like I couldn't stop spazzing. But I was really happy and positive. And when I hopped on stream, I had like it reflected it entirely. Like I had a much more interactive and positive stream than I did yesterday. And I think that with this being said, one of my goals with the upcoming year is to not be more nonchalant about it, but to be less talkative about it here and be more myself here. Because I think that there is this repetitiveness happening of me continuously talking about um, uh, my success of sorts, my interaction of sorts, my numbers, my whatever, not directly, but almost like an underlying conversation. And I think it's negative. I think it's negative. I watched back some of my videos, even just for like a couple minutes, not the whole things of all of them. But it feels like over and over again, this is all I'm talking about. And I don't think it's good. I'll be so honest with you. I think I just need to be here and be myself and talk about what I thought of that day that was irrelevant of the results of whatever I did. I think I need to talk about how I felt about it and what that means for me moving forward, regardless of the results. Um, and I think I'll do better that way in every way, shape, and form. I think it's just good for me, and I think I'll be happier. I think that, like, for example, if I'm always sitting here and I'm talking about success and not successful and who's watching me and what, like, these sorts of metrics, like, it's something that I haven't realized, but it is definitely crumbling the way I view some things. Um, so I just want to switch that up. I want to come on here, you know, I maybe it'll be tough for me to get out of it, like it'll happen slowly, right? But my goal basically is over the next week, and starting within 2026, is to just get out of this rut. Get in here, tell you about how my day was, and tell you about what I want to do moving forward, and keep it more simple, where I talk about myself and not about these subconscious or underlying metrics. Because I think if I have a really good stream, I should talk about it like if it was awesome. But if I feel like I was down that day, whatever. I can talk about how I was down, but I shouldn't focus on, oh, and that means that less people talk to me on my stream and that I got less. Like it sounds like, oh, boo-hoo me. Like I don't have a lot of subscribers and I don't have all the followers that like fuck off. Like what am I doing? So I had that bit of a wake up call today that is just like what the hell am I doing, bro? Like I think it was because something came to my attention today, or like as you would say, came across my desk, and it's that there's some people who play games all day, every day, and don't have some of the privilege that I do, and or have more privilege than I do. Like I'm very in the middle, I think, in my like existence. Like I've always said to my friends and to anyone who meets me and interacts with me, like I feel like I'm your very average dude. Like I feel like I blend in with everyone. Maybe not personality wise, but definitely like you see me on the street, like I look like everybody else. I think I'm a white guy, brown hair, not tall, not short, not jacked, not fat, not skinny. Like just like I am run of the mill. Everything the way you see is like it's run of the mill, like statistically. And like there's nothing wrong with that, but and I'm saying this because I'm not outing anyone, right? But there's this creator that I've seen, and there's nothing wrong with them, mind you. Like it's not like they're doing anything wrong, but they have played 7,000 games of League of Legends this year. Okay, and you're like, okay, that sounds like a lot, but maybe if you don't know League, you don't know whatever, go Google AI. Google has the AI answers immediately. Um, How can I play 7,000 games of League in 1 year? Now, I'll actually do you a favor. Don't Google it. I'll show you it here right now. I'll pull it up. I'm going to edit this. The Google AI response to how you play 7,000 games of League of Legends in 1 year. Brother, brother, what the fuck? My point is that if you know League of Legends, you might know who I'm talking about if you're in the Twitch community. And this person, it's not their full-time job. Like it might be, I don't think so, but I don't know how they do anything besides League with this kind of living. So my point is that interacting with some of these people, like I've interacted with this person, but interacting with your more crazy scenarios, or your more average crazy scenarios where somebody plays 2,500 games a year. I'm somewhere in the middle. I play a lot of League. I think I play too much of League. I think I'm on my computer too much. Um, I've played 1,200 games this year over the course of the whole year, and that's across two accounts. Not like you won't find that data directly on one account, but I'm telling you to be honest, it's across two different accounts. So, because I know me and I know which accounts I play on. With that being said, I I want to reflect and feel grateful about the position that I'm in because you can only realistically assume and that either these people are in a position where they're disabled, they can't do all the things that they want, and they try to find happiness in what they can, do every day, or they're in the opposite end where they're even more privileged and they have all the money in the world and they can afford to just sit down and play that all day. In the scenario of 7,000 games in the year, I think that's more, extreme and one in a billion. I would genuinely argue that's one in a billion. But yeah, I think the massive reflector for this video, and on this Christmas is for me to just stop focusing on what is resulting in my numbers and my things or whatever, and just focus on being myself for this year coming forwards, because I feel like I've been comparing to myself to other people way too much, when, as I said before, like I feel like I'm in the middle, man. I genuinely am in the middle. There's nothing too crazy about me. There's nothing too shit about me. There's nothing too great about it. And this isn't me being self-deprecating. I'm just being real, because sometimes you gotta understand how to be real. You know, I don't excessively do anything, and I don't do anything too little either. Like, I'm trying to figure it out, and I like where I'm at, and I gotta stop bugging about one bad day, or even stop bugging about one really great day. It's not that you shouldn't, pat yourself on the back. It's just I need to stay grounded and humble in the longer scheme. Like, the comparison that I'll make is that if you weigh yourself every single day on a journey of losing weight or gaining weight, you're probably going to be upset or happy, like overly in either direction every single day, one way or another, because your weight fluctuates. When you're on a cut or on a bulk, generally speaking, unless you're fucking like a fitness god and you're tracking every single little thing you eat, even the air you breathe, like your weight will go up and down every single day. Um, and that can that can skew your mindset on your progress and what you're feeling. And I feel as though that is what I've been doing. I've been comparing it too much every single day instead of over a period. If you're on a cut and you compare your weight every week or even every month, you're going to feel much better or get a much better idea of the accuracy of your results and what you're performing. If I look, so my example is, or my, I'm comparing it to that because what the hell's wrong with me? My example is that month over month, I've progressed immensely, in my opinion. I've been doing great. But for some reason, I have that one day, and I just like knock myself in the head about it for no reason. So, anyways, I'm definitely rambling. I had a lot to say today. I'm very energetic, so apologies if I felt a bit all over the place. But I hope that maybe this resonates with somebody. Um, if not, I know what I'm doing, and I think I'm doing great for myself right now. So. It's privilege as always, everybody. Merry motherfucking Christmas. And thanks.